evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-game press conference for Game 5. We'll ask the players a few questions, and then the media will be able to ask questions at the mic to my left. I guess the first question and the most pressing question will be for the world champion. It seemed like you had some advantage and a very surprisingly quick end to the game when you played the move bishop c6 instead of bishop h5. Did you consider bishop h5? Did you realize you had a significant advantage? What prompted you to actually play the move bishop to c6?
Yeah, but bishop c6 is basically a draw offer. Bishop h5, king e3, and b5.
I mean, the game continues.
Yeah. I thought his queen rook activity can compensation for the pawn, but I can protect it. Yeah.
When you play bishop a6, it was the intent to, or bishop c6 was the intent to make a draw at this point. I'll ask you, Gukesh, you must have seen bishop h5. What was your feeling about the position at this point?
Yeah, I knew that I should be like slightly worse after bishop h5, but I thought with an active rook I should be able to hold. But actually a few moves earlier I was not sure about my position. I mean, first of all, knight c4 I was not sure about, but also I don't know why opponent did not play bishop e6 after knight c4 take rook e4. For example, bishop e6, rook d4, rook c8, I was very worried about this position. And then after bishop c6, I was already quite relieved on after bishop f3 and bishop c6, that was just a draw offer, so yeah.
So now stepping back one step to this position, why didn't you play bishop e6 here instead of going for the bishop c6 idea?
I didn't see the idea rook c8, rook c5, and then move the king to the king side, like some kind of burning pawn structure. I didn't realize it's a big advantage for me.
Did you come into the game with the mindset that a draw with black would be a good idea?
No, I just tried to play my best, but somehow I settled for the draw.
Before, if we go peel back a little bit more to this moment, rook e5 was the recommended move here. Did you realize how much trouble you were in after you took and you put a knight on d3?
Yeah, I mean, once I saw knight d3, I realized I just blundered with d5. I didn't know how bad it was really, but yeah, of course I should have played rook e5. I mean, it would have been a draw anyways, but yeah, d5, knight d3, I kind of just hallucinated here. Like, knight d3 I saw, but somehow I underestimated that he can, like, after take b3 as rook c8, and I just have troubles holding my position. And okay, my position is almost collapsing, so yeah, I mean, knight d3, I just blundered, so. But okay.
What was your feeling in the moment? I mean, were you a panic at this time when you saw that knight d3 was so strong, or did you manage to keep your cool?
Like, I was a bit annoyed that I didn't play rook e5, but honestly during the game I thought it should always be quite holdable because I have some squares, surely unpleasant, but I was pretty confident that I could hold it.
The strength of knight d3, did it occur to you when you didn't play rook e5 that suddenly you had a fantastic position, that everything had turned around?
Yeah, here I briefly considered rook e5, but he played d3 e5 very quickly. Actually, so here maybe he should play knight e5 and I take. Oh, he take with the pawn knight d3, take rook to e3. Maybe the game should play like this. Yeah, can take the 2 pawns here. Maybe knight d1 is the move. Knight a4, he has rook b4. considering this variation. So I'm very surprised to see G5 on the board.
So again, the strength of knight D3 was it clear to you that you were suddenly much better, or did you feel that it was still pretty much an equal position?
This was my idea after knight B6, because instead of knight D, if I play this, I'm not sure if it's good or not, because the pawn is very weak on F4. He had many ideas, for example, knight D, F3 and G5.
I will open the floor to the press. Please state your name and where you're from before you ask your question.
Yeah, my question is to Ding. When you played the move knight to c4, did you consider keeping the knights on board, like on the move, or like move knight to a4 or something?
So in this moment, instead of playing knight c4, to play knight a4.
I thought here maybe some d4, but he can play c4. If I go here, he rook b1. Or maybe just king f2. No.
But the idea of keeping the knights on the board seems reasonable, even though the engine's saying your choice was the number one choice, knight c4. But it's a reasonable question, the idea of knight a4.
With knight a4, what if he just play king f2? The threat. Rook d8.
Knight c4 was simpler way to go.
Hello, this is a question for Ding Liren. Ding Liren, I was quite surprised to see that you spent nearly 40 minutes to go for h6 and then knight to h5. And I was trying to think what other moves or variations you were considering in that huge amount of time for those two moves. Could you show us on the board what other things you were thinking of instead of the move you played h6 and knight to h5? What other variations you were considering?
I would mainly consider this line occurred in the game. Because g4 looks so tempting for white. And if I play something like b5, he just check and play knight e5. And I don't know how to continue. Some more like bishop f4 coming with some threat. And here, yes, my main concern was on this position. And here, first I consider knight f6, but as I said before here, b5, knight, maybe a5, I don't know. b5, or rook a7. I saw this variation, but I don't know. Also, I consider something like g5, but maybe not so good, h4.
So to follow up with this, in your long think, you were already sensing that Gukesh would go for this aggressive g4 idea.
By the end, I thought maybe it's the only way to play. After I play this, I realized I have knight b6, actually. Yeah. But he can also play maybe knight f1, play solid.
Probably g5, yeah.
Knight f6.
So Charlize asking on behalf of your fans on FIDE social media channels. And this is to Gukesh. What kind of training did you get from your mental coach, Paddy Upton, and how has it helped you so far?
I have been working with Paddy for the last few months in preparation for this match, and first of all, it's very enjoyable, the work we do. I mean, we have had a lot of conversations, and he has helped me a lot to mentally and physically prepare for the match in different ways. Probably after the match, maybe it would be nice to go over the details, but yeah, I can say that our work together has been very enjoyable and very, very important for me in preparation.
This is Mike Klein with chess.com, and I have a question for Grandmaster Gukesh. Of course, you lost with E4, but then you won with D4, and you went back to E4 today. I'm curious, since we're 5 games into the match, has there been any time in the match where you've wanted to play something and Grandmaster Gajewski wanted to play something else, and you had to sort of, one of you had to convince the other one? So, or have you guys both been in lockstep with what openings you're looking to play?
I think it depends on the game and our moods, and obviously when we take a decision, it's together with my thinking and my team's thinking. So sometimes we are on the same page, sometimes we are not. But yeah, we just try to make the best decision, and I guess the main goal is for me to be happy with the decision.
And can you comment specifically about today's game? I think it may have only been the second time in the history of the World Championship we've seen an exchange French, so not many of us were expecting that. But can you comment about today's decision? Was it your decision? Was it his decision? Did you agree about it?
I mean, obviously it was, in the end we all agreed with this. But it's a cool fact that it's only the second time exchange has been done. Which was the first time?
Don't want to misspeak.
Okay.
I'll get excoriated for that, but we'll look it up for you.
Sure. But yeah, I mean, it's just a good opening, which is also quite topical these days. So, yeah, I guess I was, prep-wise, happy. I mean, I guess he was playing on the board from early on, and we just got a game. But yeah, it did not. I guess it did not pose too many problems for him this time.
Thank you.